Whitman-Walker Legal Services Program celebrates and recognizes its volunteer and pro bono partners every year at Going the Extra Mile. We are delighted to recognize Arnold and Porter and their long history with us as a pro bono partner. A&P stepped up immediately in the late 80s, early 90s, when all of our clients were facing horrendous levels of discrimination.
Back in the 80s, an HIV diagnosis was a death sentence, and the only question was, how long do I have and how much will I suffer? If you became a lawyer because you wanted to make a difference, this was it. That's when I came to Whitman-Walker. Andre was gay. He worked in a trendy hairdressing salon in D.C. He had the virus, so Andre got fired by his hairdresser. I'm not going to go there because if that guy sneezes, I'm going to die. That was the sort of problem we had. We brought the first case of employment discrimination ever under the D.C. Human Rights Act, alleging discrimination on grounds of having AIDS. The case was won. We eventually won a fairly significant monetary judgment, which wasn't what Andre was interested in. Andre, he wanted someone to be held accountable. He got the D.C. Human Rights Commission to say this was wrong and it never should have happened. And this case is going to stand as the marker for it not to happen in the future.
A&P's work in this case really set the standard for what would become our future discrimination work. Arnold and Porter has been an incredible partner in our estate planning clinic, hundreds of wills for our patients who needed that service.
At the time I first became involved, the principal work that the firm was doing with Whitman-Walker was wills preparation. Law has some arbitrary decisions about who gets what family members get priority, for example, which may or may not be consistent with the wishes of the person who has died.
The idea was to put together their estate papers, wills, medical powers of attorney, financial powers of attorney, get them all executed so that they would be protected.
A will was absolutely essential to make sure that when a person died, whatever money they had, whatever property they had, whatever valuables that they cared about, go to the people that they wanted to have it.
Today, almost all of our discrimination calls are based on gender identity. In the most recent discrimination case, Arnold and Porter agreed to represent a woman who was a teacher in Prince George's County in Maryland. She had come out as transgender and informed her staff and endured incredible harassment, sometimes violence, and emotional abuse.
I had a team of lawyers working for me who not just believed me, but believed in what we were doing. They cared about how this would impact many people moving forward.
After more than 10 years of mistreatment at the hands of the school district, the administrators, her staff, colleagues, the kids, and sadly, even the kids' parents, the A&P put together a team of lawyers from across the country to make this case successful.
Arnold and Porter understood that I wasn't pursuing money. I was pursuing policy changes. No matter how the negotiations were going or how much money they offered, Arnold and Porter was willing to stick with me when I would say, no, there are no policy changes, so I'm not taking this deal. What felt more important to me was that we had also achieved changes in policies to help protect all LGBTQ people, trans kids and trans adults specifically, to treat them with dignity and respect, to give them the opportunities that everyone else has.
The fight for transgender and non-binary rights is far from over, but cases like Jenny's and the work of Arnold and Porter go so far in reminding public and private actors that discrimination is unlawful. We have seen an incredible evolution in the world of civil rights protections.
It's our job as lawyers to open those doors to say, these are human beings just like us, and we are proud to represent them.
Love the mission of Whitman-Walker. Whitman-Walker has always had an ability to see the people they serve holistically, to address all of their issues together. It's a remarkable organization.
A&P has always been a strong pro bono partner of Whitman-Walker, and we are so happy to celebrate them.